Week 10 of the college football season. This is your BCS Top 5. The biggest change, Oregon is now up a spot to number 3, and Georgia is now number 5. I'm Brian McFadden alongside our analyst, Anthony Herron. Do 17 of the most respected and prolific college coaches agree? Time for this week's Legends Poll. We will cut right to the chase with the top 10, starting with slot 6 through 10. You see, every team here, with the exception of Louisville, has something in common: one loss. You'll also notice, unlike the BCS, Georgia did not crack the top 5 despite officially winning the SEC East Saturday. The Bulldogs have been impressive since losing to South Carolina. The offense behind junior Aaron Murray averaging over 36 points per game. Murray, by the way, has thrown 21 touchdowns, second in the SEC. Which brings us to the top 5, exactly the same top 5 teams as last week, except Oregon is now number 2, K-State is now number 3. It's also important to note LSU is number 5 despite having 2 losses. So how do the Legends compare to the BCS? The biggest discrepancy is number 2. The Legends select Oregon. The BCS picks Kansas State. All right, Big Ant. Do you agree with either the Legends or the BCS, or do you have a different number 2?
I would go Oregon with number 2. I don't have a problem with that. My problem lies with LSU being as high as they are. I mean, it is a 2-loss team. I do feel like the opponents they've played have been great. They're obviously in the SEC West, maybe the best conference, best division in college football. But a 2-loss team being in the top 5, that's where I see the biggest issue. I do definitely agree with them, though. With
they
Oregon at
won
2.
that game against
Actually,
Alabama at home.
Actually, they did.
I know, but
they could have won. They should have won. They did not. I mean, it's the one game now this season where you can look at the Bayou Bengals offense and say that's the quarterback we expected to see in Zach Mettenberger, and their defense able to hold Alabama almost a 3-1, or I guess a 2-1 advantage in time of possession. But when it comes down to it, they lost the game. They don't deserve to be in the top 5, and especially when you look at Georgia, they've only got one quality win so far over Florida this season, but they're overall a more talented team.
Can't argue with you. As for the rest of the Legends poll, let's take a look at the back half, beginning with 21 through 25. Northwestern, Texas, Mississippi State, Rutgers, and TCU. The Longhorns at number 22 are making a resurgence, winning 3 straight since getting blown out by Oklahoma. Give credit to Manny Diaz's defense. 6 times in the red zone, the Horns held the high-powered Texas Tech offense to 4 field goal attempts. Next, 16 through 20, populated by Nebraska, UCLA, which wasn't even in the poll last week, Boise State, USC, and Louisiana Tech. It should be noted, since it doesn't happen often, the Bruins are the higher-ranked Southern California program. One of the teams the Bruins beat, Nebraska, has been on a roll lately, defeating both Big Ten Michigan schools in back-to-back weeks. The Huskers first in the conference in total offense, second in scoring offense. That takes us to spots 11 to 15. Along with Oklahoma, you can see a couple SEC schools in South Carolina and Texas A&M, and a couple of Pac-12 schools in Oregon State and Stanford. Texas A&M at number 13 is having a very impressive inaugural season in the SEC, defeating Mississippi State Saturday 38-13. Of course, we are contractually obligated to mention Johnny Football when discussing the Aggies. Manziel leads the conference in rushing, total offense, and scoring, but he will get his biggest test this weekend against a team by the name of the Crimson Tide. Big Ant, what stands out for you in the second half?
The fact that now Nebraska has reached the top 16, because I don't think that anyone would have guessed maybe 3 weeks ago that the Cornhuskers could enter that phase with the games they had back-to-back against those Michigan schools. But we see Nebraska playing at a high level, and now they've actually surpassed, obviously, Boise State with the loss, but all the other non-BCS conference teams are now behind the Cornhuskers, and so that has big BCS implications when you look at the automatic qualifiers.
Nebraska is playing with a lot of heart. Mistake football, but playing with a lot of heart. Thanks, Ant. Check out Campus Insiders for an interview with one of the Legends, former Auburn coach Pat Dye. I'm sure he'll have something to say about that Alabama-LSU game.